Picture this. You're at a party, or a coffee shop, or staring at your reflection in a dark computer screen at 2 a.m. And you say those 4 dangerous words, "I have an idea." Not just any idea, a disruptive idea. An idea that's going to make Elon Musk sweat and Jeff Bezos consider a career in pottery. You call it the Uber for Goldfish, or AI-powered napkins. You've already picked out the font for your business cards, and you're 90% sure you'll be wearing a turtleneck on the cover of Forbes by next Tuesday. And then, you do nothing, for 6 months. Why? Because the idea isn't perfect yet. Or someone else did something vaguely similar. Or you're waiting for a sign from the universe. Well, here's your sign. Your perfect idea is actually a trap. It's a beautifully decorated cage that keeps you from actually starting anything. Today, we're going to kill the lightbulb moment myth and talk about what actually pays the bills in 2026. Spoiler alert, it's usually pretty boring. Welcome to Inception Beacon, and we're here to ignite startup success for new founders. Now, let's get to it. The myth of the unique idea. We've been fed this lie that to be a founder you have to invent fire. But let's look at the unique idea graveyard. It's full of gadgets that solve problems nobody had. Remember Juicero? The $400 machine that squeezed a bag of juice that you could literally squeeze with your own human hands for free? Genius idea. Unique. Also, a dumpster fire. Being first to market is a fancy way of saying, I'm paying for all the expensive mistakes so my competitors can learn from them. If you have an idea that is so unique that nobody else is doing it, there's a 99% chance it's because there's no money there. If you see 3 coffee shops on one block, does that mean you shouldn't open a 4th? No. It means people in that neighborhood are clearly addicted to caffeine. That's a market. Your job isn't to invent a new drink. It's to make the line move faster or make the chairs less uncomfortable. Stop looking for a gap in the market that requires a PhD to explain. Look for a gap in the service that makes people want to throw their laptops out the window. The boring business secret. Let's talk about boring businesses. You know what's boring? Accounting, logistics, junk removal, scheduling software for dentists. You know what else they are? Profitable, with a capital P. The secret is that most innovative startups are just burning venture capital to look cool. Meanwhile, that person who figured out how to automate the boring paperwork for 500 local plumbers is currently at a beach not checking his emails. My do this instead strategy is simple. Solve a friction point. Friction is that tiny, annoying thing that makes a task take 20 minutes instead of 2. It's the bad user interface on a government website. It's the fact that you can't find a reliable contractor who actually answers their phone. If you can fix one tiny piece of friction for a specific group of people, you don't need a perfect idea. You just need a solution that works. Before we continue, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit that like button too. It only takes a second to do it, to support the channel. Now, let's get back to the video. The reality check monologue. Look, I could have my editor throw up some fancy 5-point numbered list with icons and sound effects, but let's be honest, if you're still watching this, you don't need a PowerPoint presentation. You need a reality check. So before you go filing for an LLC or buying a domain name that costs more than your car, let's run your genius idea through a quick mental filter. If you can't find a single person on a Reddit thread at 3 a.m. screaming about the problem you're trying to solve, you aren't an innovator. You're a solution looking for a problem that doesn't exist. And if people aren't already spending actual hard-earned money on a terrible broken version of what you want to build, then there is no market. You are just trying to convince people to want something they don't need. That's not a business. That's an uphill battle with a blindfold on. Ask yourself right now, could you launch a version 1.0 of this by Sunday night? If your idea requires a team of developers, a 5-year roadmap, and a $50,000 seed round just to see if it works, it's not a startup, it's a hostage situation. A real business is something you can start today with a Google Doc, a phone call, or a simple PayPal link. And it needs to be something that doesn't require you to be a human battery forever. If it only works when you're doing 100% of the manual labor, you haven't built a company. You've just built a prison where you're the only guard. And finally, and this is the part people hate, if you aren't interested enough in this boring problem to talk about it for 6 months without getting bored yourself, then put it in the trash. You don't need passion to start, but you do need enough stamina to survive the boring parts. If your idea doesn't solve a real pain, doesn't have a budget already attached to it, and can't be launched in 48 hours, it's not the perfect idea. It's just another reason to stay on your couch. So stop overthinking the how and start looking for the who, as in who has a problem so annoying they'll pay you to make it go away right now. So here is your homework. And yes, there is homework. Stop reading the top 10 business ideas articles written by AI. Instead, go find 3 people this week, real humans, and ask them what the most annoying part of their workday is. Treat it like you are going to hang out with your friends. Just regular, normal conversation. Then, try to fix it. Don't build a website. Don't file for a trademark. Don't hire a visionary officer. Just fix it. That's how a real startup begins. It starts with one person saying, "Thank God you're here, this was driving me crazy." If you're stuck in that perfect idea loop and you need a literal blueprint to get out of it, I've got you. Check out this video on what is popping up on the screen right now. No turtlenecks required. Stop dreaming, start observing, and for the love of all that is holy, stop trying to be unique. Just be useful. Thank you for watching. This is Inception Beacon, and I will see you on the next one.